Hey Shalloners, welcome back. Well, today I want to talk about the topic you guys have been requesting like forever. Love lessons from Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra's relationship. Okay, so it took me forever to kind of like get around to doing this, not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't really have like a thesis statement. It's like, all right, what is the deal with them? Like, what can we learn from them? Because I didn't want to just do a 20-minute diss track basically about their relationship, even though I could, because there is something so fundamentally gross about their love, not their love, their relationship and their persona. And then I realized, bing, that's it. Today we're going to talk about Nick Jonas, Nick and Priyanka. We're going to break that down. And then we're also going to break down how to stop being jealous of those like perfect couples that you see on the internet, on your Facebook, on your Snapchat, and just IRL. But first, I want to remind you guys that if you want to talk to me privately, find me on the Instant Go app. My username is ShallonXO and click chat to be connected. Also follow me on social media at ShallonXO on Insta, Snapchat, and Twitter, and click like and subscribe for new videos like kind of all the time. All right, so Nick and Priyanka. Like I said, there is just something very fundamentally yuck about these two. And like, there shouldn't be. Because on paper, they're perfect. I mean, they're especially perfect for me because she's older. She's in her 30s. He's like 25. That's pretty much the age split with my boyfriend and I. She's gorgeous. He's foxy. They're both super talented. They seem really cute together and super in love. And yet, I know you guys all asked about this because you had the same feeling I do. Just like, you guys are gross. You guys kind of ick me out. And then I realized they're bougie. They're bougie. They're so ostentatious for the sake of ostentation. And if you guys watched my video on Meghan Markle and how she seduced Prince Harry, people are like, you don't like Meghan. I know that. Thanks. But it's like, I don't think it's a coincidence that her and Priyanka are best friends. They're very much like reading from the same playbook of like how to get famous from your relationship. And yes, Priyanka was completely famous before, but she has taken a big bump now that she's with Nick. I always say two B's make an A. That's kind of like it's not really my saying. It's like an old sort of like journalism thing. Like I work in celebrity journalism and like if you don't have an A-list person to write about, you can write about two B-listers and that's kind of good enough, you know? And yeah, like they both took like a quantum leap in their career and they weren't doing badly before, but I feel like they were sort of in this lull, you know, like she had wanted to be back in the Baywatch franchise. Her character got killed off. Sorry if I'm like spoiling it, but like you deserve to have that movie spoiled because it's terrible. And he was like, I don't know, maybe working on music or a show. They were just sort of like stagnant. Like they needed a leap onto the A-list. Hey, two B's make an A, right? Two whatevers make an awesome. And I really am so like turned off by how ostentatious they are. The most recent example was posting on Nick's Instagram about like, oh, when the Jonas Brothers song came out. And this was like 2 days after it came out. And keep in mind, that song was with two other people. There's three of them. That's important. He bought Priyanka a Maybach from all the money he made on that single. That isn't how like music industry profits work. And I've asked around, like I'm like my own like spiteful little truther about this stuff. I'm like, is it really? And people like, no, that's maybe he had the money for it before, but like you don't make that kind of money immediately when you're in a trio splitting it three ways. You have managers, agents, the record label, blah, 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 blah. Like, and so I was like, my God, it's not even real. And you know what? Let's just say that it is. Let's just say he wrote a goddamn check, paid for that Maybach with a debit card, right out of his account. He can afford it. The posting about it, their cheap bottle of Barefoot Bubbly. A nice bottle of champagne shouldn't be clear. I mean, I guess Cristal is, whatever. The whole thing just felt ick. It felt gross and it felt ostentatious. You know what I've said in the past. Confidence is quiet. The loudest person in the room is the weakest. And to me, Nick and Priyanka are the loudest people in the room. We're in love and we're rich. It's like, all right, well, you know what? Your followers aren't rich. The country isn't doing very well economically. Like people are being separated at the border. We've been at war for 15 years. Can you put your fucking Maybach away? It's gross. Like, I don't know. Stuff like that just kind of rubs me the wrong way. Ooh, sorry, a lizard just ran by. Oh. Because I don't think it needed to be said. But again, we're not here to talk about their gross bougie Maybach. I don't even want a Maybach. I want like a 92 Explorer, like an old 4Runner. Yeah. If anyone wants to sell me one, I'm listening. I want to talk about what we can learn from this, like what we can take. And I know a lot of you guys message me. It's like, why don't I have a relationship? Why don't I have a boyfriend? And I know where you're getting this from. I know what is driving this feeling of emptiness. Seeing shit on social media, for sure. A Chinese proverb I love, I think Confucius said it, is like, or maybe it was the Buddha. Comparison is the root of all unhappiness. It is so true. You never compare yourself and come out feeling better. Never. You know, there's always going to be some deficiency. Why don't we have a Maybach? I didn't get 2 weddings where someone rode in on an elephant. I didn't get an all expenses paid bachelorette party around Key Largo or wherever it is they went. So you're always going to come out feeling negative, even if you're not comparing yourself to celebrities, even if you're just comparing yourself to your sorority sisters and looking at their perfect relationship. I'm here to deliver you a reality check. No relationship is perfect. Nobody is posting bad things on their social media. I mean, some people are. Some people are posting weird emo things. I remember a girl was following me like a while ago and I literally messaged her. I was like, you changed that username right the F now. It was, I guess I'm alone again. Or it was something like that. And I'm like, no, girl. No. No one was more emo than me. I was literally like an emo queen on the scene. I have a Fall Out Boy song written about me. I know emo. You keep it off social media. So people, when they post, I've always said this, your Instagram and your social media is a commercial for your life. I don't see very many commercials where people are like, I don't know, this car falls apart. It fucking sucks. No, it's like, that's wonderful. So of course people are only going to post the wonderful things, the happy times, the cute photos where you're jumping and the legs are wrapped around and you're kissing. My boyfriend always wants to do that pose. I'm like, I literally look like a hippopotamus trying to take flight. It's not cute. Like I'm not a little ASU cheerleader. Like I'm a brick house baby. There's a reason Kim and Kanye don't do that pose, okay? My body's closer to ours. So, and you guys know this though. Like, you know, when you look at social media, you can't always believe what you see. But here's another thing. This is what people don't consider when they're posting this kind of stuff, is that you box yourself in to that golden persona. You make this fortress of perfect Instagrams and holy shit, things aren't going well. And now we have no one to talk to about it. Because this is the bad part about Nick and Priyanka. If things go south with them, that's like the harder they come, the harder they fall. You know, they are like up in their little ivory tower of perfection, loving them so much. I mean, so many projects coming out together. Gross. I don't know what to tell you. Gross. That like, there's nowhere to go but down. And eventually that's how public opinion goes. Like a line from a Lauryn Hill song. They hail you and then they nail you. Like Jesus. And this is really true. So when you look at these couples who are like, we're perfect. Look, when I was with my husband, handsome gentleman is what I call him on Instagram. Like I stopped posting him. Like I kind of like kept our relationship more private, but in the first few years we were together, I was posting him constantly and everyone said the same thing. You guys are like this golden couple. You are flawless. And you know what? I never felt like I could reach out and be like, hey, I might be having some problems, or is this normal in a relationship? It's like, no, I had to keep that perfect persona up. So why do I bring this up? Because there's a downside to everything. There's a downside to this perfect, glossy, flawless Jonas Chopra thing that's going on. And I'm not telling you this because I want you to root against happy couples. No, but just know that there's a lot going on behind the surface. Maybe he's not happy that she posted that photo. Maybe the caption wasn't great. Maybe she only posted because some girl was sliding into his DMs and she's trying to like basically pee a circle around her man. I feel like I want to say more about Nick and Priyanka. Yeah, just gross. I feel like they made a deal with each other. Like we can both get famous if we team up. I mean, I think they do like each other. You know, I think they're attracted to each other. The love aspect, I don't know that there's a lot to connect to. They seem like the kind of people who like beneath the surface, there's just more surface. Even Nick, it's like, I have always thought he's like so hot. But then it's like if you like look at him, like his face part, like this is like his face and his teeth. Google Nick Jonas smiling. Huh. Yikes. Oh, here's another thing. Nick Jonas is like the ultimate Hollywood fuckboy. Only he's the worst kind of fuckboy because he doesn't. One of my friends, who shall remain nameless, but she's like definitely in Hollywood circles, was like entangled with him while he was hooking up. You know, he went through that slutty phase where he was hooking up with like Kate Hudson and all these just different people. He was also planting rumors that he was hooking up with other people. He wasn't. And if an interviewer would ask him about it, he would like play coy, heavily implying that he was. I forget who all the people were. I think one was like Kourtney Kardashian. There were a lot, but he'd be like, you know, I don't like to comment. I don't like to comment on things. Like, you're gross. You're like a gross Sigma Chi who's acting like he's sleeping with all the Gamma Phi's. And it's like, bro, you're not. So with my friend, he would literally give her the line, I like you so much, I don't want to sleep with you yet. That's a powerful thing to say to a woman because that keeps them on the hook. He likes me so much, he doesn't want to have sex with me. It's not fair. He can like you so much, he will respect your wishes to wait, but he's going to want to have sex with you. If you're like, hey, let's have sex, you'll be like, yes, I would very much like to do that. No guy's going to be like, no, I'd rather wait. That's very weird and unusual. It's weird, but it was manipulative. He was doing that to keep her on the hook and to make her think she was at the top of this like hoe heap, the number one in his harem. Well, he was just going around and doing whatever. And it took her like a while to get sort of disentangled from him. So he's a pretty big fuckboy. So forgive me if I don't think at 25 he suddenly grew out of it. Like, dudes like that kind of don't grow out of it because they don't need to. They can keep a whole bunch of different girls in the string forever. They can Leo DiCaprio their lives. What else? They can do it until they're not hot anymore. Or until a girl Googles how his teeth look. Which I strongly encourage you. Why didn't they ever have braces? What? I'm so confused. Weird. I don't know that much about Priyanka. She's gorgeous and she's talented, but again, she just seems a little bit reptilian, a little Machiavellian. And hey, that's how you got to be in Hollywood for sure, for sure. But it's like she can't turn it off. You know what I mean? It just bleeds into the stuff with her relationship, and it's just, like I said, if you guys have more questions, let me know because yeah, I feel like we're just kind of scratching the surface on those two, you know? I feel like there's something going on. There's something going on and I need to know about it. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Detective Blondie is on the case and so is the Shallon entourage. So, like I said, if you guys have a love question of your own, find me on the Instant Go app and follow me on social media at @ShallonXO on Insta, Twitter, and Snapchat. Clicking talk. And click like and subscribe for new videos every Friday and a billion in between. Bye, Shallon.